What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So today we are making a fall breakfast. I love breakfast, however, like I always express to you guys, not in the morning time. I love breakfast food. I just know that it's so much better for my body if I do not try and put all that heaviness in it really early, and if I get all of my energy from good carbohydrates like raw fruits, raw vegetables, leafy greens, smoothies. All those things are perfect to eat in the morning, help your body detox all those toxins. However, we talking brunch, okay, shorty? We talking brunch. Your girl gets busy with the brunch situation. So today we are making some apple cinnamon French toast, some vegan apple cinnamon French toast. We are using one of my favorite breads. I actually found this at Whole Foods and I was so surprised because one, it's super thick cut. I'm gonna show you guys, super thick cut, which makes it great for French toast. But it's also like flaky, it's vegan croissant toast. Like literally, who would have freaking thought of that? So if you see it at Whole Foods, pick it up, it's freaking fire. But yeah, so we're gonna be using that today to make our French toast. We're also going to be using our homemade walnut milk. So if you guys have not, I want you to pause right now, go watch the other video. I'll link it somewhere up, down, somewhere on the screen on where to find the video to watch on how we made this homemade walnut milk. So you guys have the best, most nutritious things in your fridge, as well as just a cute little tidbit, something fun DIY to do with your kids or your spouse or your situationship or whatever you're trying to do, your flex, okay? Walnut milk is so great for your brain. So I know you guys are gonna be like, okay girl, but you making French toast, but what about the egg? How you even finna do this, okay? Pause. Let me tell you. So today we're going to be using ground flax as our egg replacer, but also there is an egg replacer I do like. Let me show you guys. This is also a really good egg replacer too if you're looking for one. So yes. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm pulled it out, I actually think we are gonna use the Bob's Red Mill instead of the flax. But you can use the flax, it's pretty similar. You're just gonna soak it in water for about 10 minutes. The flax you have to soak longer, so you're gonna soak it in water for about 10 minutes until it like gels up and forms into like that egg binding type of situation. But for the sake of this video, and for the sake of what I'm feeling today and what the ancestors is bringing on through, okay, we're gonna use this Bob's Red Mill. So you're gonna use 1 tablespoon of the egg replacer to 2 tablespoons of water. I pretty much eyeball now because, you know, I cook all the time. However, if you wanna whip out your things, whip them out. But I am going to take this cute little bowl that I have here. But yeah, so we're going to use about 4 tablespoons of this. I'm gonna eyeball it for like 5, 6, because I use a real measuring spoon. So we're going to just mix this up. You could use like a whisk or a utensil that is more properly suiting for this. However, I don't want to flex, y'all. I'm gonna be real and do it how I really be doing it in the kitchen. What we don't want to do is waste a whole bunch of dishes, okay, period. So now that we mixed that up, we can start to see that it's starting to get like a little gel consistency to kind of like create our binding effect. So now that we have that, we are going to go ahead and take some of our plant-based milk. I'm using the walnut milk. Again, if you have not seen the video, go check it out, okay? There we go. Look, that's perfect. That's what I want right there. That binding so it sticks to our bread, right? So I'm gonna use a little bit of this walnut milk. Wow, that milk looks good. So we're gonna use some of this walnut milk. And I'm just gonna mix that up in there. Mind you, I'm gonna go ahead and put the actual instructions and directions and all that in the description box, but for the sake of the video and us watching and moving and grooving, we just gonna go with it. So we're gonna mix that up. I'm gonna take a dash of vanilla and pop that in there too. Then I'm going to take some cinnamon, because that is my business. Some cinnamon, a little bit of lightly, and some nutmeg. We are going to mix that all in. So while that's sitting there, we're actually just going to go ahead and let this sit and marry in all the flavors for a little bit. While we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and chop up but we're gonna slice up our apples so that way we can make our apple topping, our apple cinnamon topping for this. So before I get to slicing, I am going to go ahead and rinse these off in the sink. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and slice these. And so I would say when you're choosing apples, it doesn't have to necessarily be this apple. It can be whatever apple, you guys. I just chose these ones because these ones were pretty firm, but now that I'm thinking about it, it does not matter if your apples are firm or not. I like to eat crunchy apples, that's the thing, but it really doesn't matter if your apples are firm because we are going to cook these down with our maple syrup anyways. And our sugar, so we're gonna make this into our topping to go on the top of our lovely French toast here. I'm leaving the skin on mine to be your particular, and you want the skin off, and do your thing. Now that we have that cut up, I'm going to grab a pot, a little pot like this, a little something like that, put that on the stove. So we are going to first start off by putting a plant-based butter in here. I'm using Earth Balance today. I'm using quite a bit of butter, so about half a stick right now to get the party going, get the people going. So we're gonna go ahead and let that melt in there. I'm using coconut sugar today. However, you can use whatever sugar you have on hand. I like brown sugar the best if you are gonna go with sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in here because we're going to create a bit of a caramel sauce for our apples here. Mind you, I told you I'm gonna put all the actual measurements in the description. So I'm just gonna take this. We just want this to caramelize a little bit. So our sugar starts to melt down into the butter. It'll begin to caramelize. Now when you're doing this, you don't want your heat to be too high, because if your heat's too high, then you're just gonna burn your sugar and it's not gonna be able to create that nice little caramel sauce that we're looking for. So you wanna start to kind of simmer it down, but you wanna do it on pretty like a medium to low heat. And you don't want it to burn the bottom, so that's why I'm like really like making sure I'm staying on it as far as whisking it. Now, for a little razzle dazzle, I'm not gonna do it today, okay? But for a little razzle dazzle, if you wanna spruce it up because it's brunch time, go ahead and throw you some nice like a bourbon or a rum in here too and deglaze the pan with that. I'll have to do that in another video. But you can deglaze the pan with that and that'll cook off the alcohol, but you'll get that nice like bourbon flavor in there. So we're gonna go ahead and throw in our apples now. We're going to throw in those apples and then we're going to just toss it around and just kind of let these cook down and really get all into this sauce. You feel me? We're trying to get it saucy. So kind of let those just sit in there and cook for a minute, and then we're going to go ahead and prepare our French toast while these are cooking down. We have our bowl with our French toast mixture that is all nice and ready for us so it can stick to our French toasties here. Make sure you give that just a nice little whisk because it did get a little thick on us here. I'm actually gonna throw in just a tad bit more of this walnut milk to thin it out some. Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna take our bread out of the packaging. While we take our bread out of the packaging, go ahead and take that other half of your butter stick and toss it into another pan. Not the whole half, okay, y'all? Don't exaggerate. Throw some butter in the pan like you're gonna make French toast. Now we're just gonna get a little messy a little bit. So let me just show you guys these thick cuts of this croissant bread that is just so fire. Look at this. Like, that is insane. Love this. Love this for us, you guys. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and dip these into our mixture. You don't want them to soak, but you just want to dip them in there so it's nice and coated and covered. You want them coated and covered, okay? And then we're going to take it and dip it and coat it and cover it on the other side. Perfect, that's real cute. Now you don't want them super soaking because we don't want all the bread to like soak up all that, and then it's gonna give us soggy French toast, and that's not cute, girl, like at all. So you just wanna lightly, you feel me? Hit them with that right there. Take a bit of the cinnamon, and I'm just gonna go ahead and razzle dazzle that right on top of this here French toast. cute. And then we are just going to go ahead and place this inside of our hot pan. You're just gonna let those cook up until they're brown on both sides, so they get nice and golden on both sides, how you like them. Probably about 4 to 5 minutes, depending on how high your heat is. We're gonna go over here and check on our apples that are looking good and smelling good. Because we're making apple cinnamon French toast, I am now gonna take some of the cinnamon, quite a generous bit, and mix it in with our apples. It's gonna be my cinnamon apple pie, girl. You do remember we are using an egg replacer, so that way, so halfway through you do want to kind of lift them up off the pan because it's technically an egg, you know. Honestly, you guys, this meal only takes about 15 minutes, maybe 20 tops if you're bullshitting for real, but it's really quick, simple, easy. Love a little powdered sugar razzle dazzle, okay? Okay, you guys, so there you have it. Okay, we have some super simple apple cinnamon French toast. It really only took me, like honestly, I've been in the kitchen, it only took me about 15-20 minutes to do all of this. Super simple, super good. And it's just a nice little treat for the fall time, right? So I hope you guys try this recipe out. If you do, let me know, shout me out. Remember to watch the milk video if you need to know how to make your own plant-based milk. But if not, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I hope to see you on the next